Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to talk about the 888 Lionsgate portal, one of the most potent portals of this year, by the way. Sirius aligns with our sun, Orion belt, and the sun is going to be in Leo, and there's a Mercury retrograde that's going on. Now, the very interesting part about this specific portal is not that just we're in an 8th universal year, but this month is starting on a 8th day. So when you add up the 8th month, 2024, and the first, it's going to come up to 17, which is an 8. Now, guys, understand that these portals are extremely rare. Now I'm going to give you guys an example how the elite actually use these things, okay? Lionsgate Entertainment, founded on July 10th, 1997. It's one of the most famous, one of the most brilliant movie productions. And if you ask people, some people say that July and August is when like the Lionsgate portal open, okay? But obviously during August is when it really amplifies, okay? Now, guys, understand that the theme for the Lionsgate portal is to get into your imagination. It is to get potent with your imagination. Imagination is more important than knowledge, Albert Einstein said, okay? Now, if you know anything about Albert Einstein, you understand that creativity is what proliferates the third dimensional reality. Now, during this Lionsgate portal, money, wealth, abundance is a very big theme. Go back into your past programming. So I have to tell you a very interesting story. While I was coming to this park to record this video, this little piece that is holding my phone, it fell somewhere on the way, okay? Now, while I was going back to grab the little piece because it fell somewhere, here's one of the biggest messages I got, is to retrace your steps. Look at the past. Look at where you have been potentially, quote unquote, messing up, because you don't really mess up. Everything's teaching you a lesson. But look at where you have been having hurdles and disassociate yourself with that feeling or that action, okay? That's a very huge message that I got, because in order to recreate yourself, or in order to progress into a different reality or a different timeline or a different version of who you are, you have to understand that that version of you already exists. That version of you is already here. These certain portals help you amplify, get into the reality that you want to get into. Hang on, guys. Now, there's a quote from Neville Goddard, and if you know anything about Neville Goddard, he's one of the most potent manifestation coaches, okay? He says, the man who at will can assume whatever state he pleases has found the keys to the kingdom of heaven, okay? Now, if you can start to assume what you want, you already have, because that's what, when you want, you create a cognitive dissonance in your mind in which you come from lack. That's the reality. When you say that you want something, you're implying that you don't have it already. But when you start to imagine and take action, it becomes very potent when your imagination amplifies. Once your imagination amplifies and you start taking harmonious action towards it, you will see divine harmonious synchronization taking place. Like what Bashar talks about, okay? In Bashar's steps, Bashar talks about acting on your highest passion. Acting on your highest passion. By the way, the sun is beautiful. It is hot outside right now, so I'm able to channel properly. Acting on your highest passion is what causes you to see divine harmonious synchronization. A lot of people are like, I don't see synchronization or whatever it is, and it's happening because you might be coming from a place of fear. If you focus on the obstacle, all you will see is problems. If you focus on the goal, everything in the universe will propagate in order for you to see the goal. Okay? Now, my friends, here's what I want to make clear. I don't want this to be a bunch of mumbo jumbo. I want to tell you guys actionable steps that you can take while this Lionsgate portal is happening. First of all, try to get yourself in a state of flow. Try to get yourself in a state of flow. And the reason why I'm saying this is because imagination is going to be the theme of this month. Abundance is the theme of this month. Start to, whatever you're working on, whatever project that you're working on right now, you have to imagine as if it's already happened, that it's already took place, that it's already manifested. If you come from a place of wanting, because that's what the subconscious mind has been programmed to do now. It's in a place of want because of the programming that societal norms have put onto us. But if you really start to pay attention to your thoughts, to your mind, and you navigate your mind towards a direction of abundance, you will see that abundance is everywhere and it's your birthright. So get into your number one, get into the state of flow. So if you have to meditate, get into nature, whatever, get into nature. Okay, I could have recorded this video at home today, but I want this video to provide so much value to y'all. So I had to come into nature so it could flow and it could show. You know what I mean? Because if it's not flowing, it's not showing. That's what it is, okay? Number one, get into meditation. Number two, guys, here's what I'm getting right now. In order, because we're talking about abundance right now, 8888 represents abundance. In order for money to come to you, money has to flow. Listen to this very carefully. In order for money to come to you, your money has to flow. And the people that are running McDonald's, that are running huge multi-mega national companies, listen, the reason why most of them are donating, okay, one of the biggest reasons is because they understand karmic laws, because they understand universal laws, they understand monetary laws, they understand the flow. This is why, what's a bank? What's a bank? Why do you think they call it a bank? A bank of river. What goes through a bank of river? A lake, a pond, a lake that flows. You have to make sure your money is in flow. So do yourself a favor. If you can donate a little bit of money to a charity or something, I can tell you that money will come back to you in 100 to 1,000 to 1,000,000x even, because money has to flow. If you are holding on to money and you are fearful of spending that money, you will see that money does not like that. Because we're talking about abundance, that's a big one that I got for this month, okay? Now, another thing that you can do during this month, which I deem to be very, very critical, is to show yourself love. Okay, and what I mean by that is don't be too hard on yourself. Okay, that doesn't mean I'm telling you to fall off track or whatever. Forgive yourself, because what ends up happening is, this is a big one I got the other night. We have astral ties Okay, we get astral ties to attachment. So you might not see this, but I've witnessed this on my plant medicine experiences, that everything that you are attached to, whether that's food, people, okay, it actually ties a knot in the metaphysical. It ties an actual knot. There's a knot that's getting tied in the metaphysical. In order for you to undo that knot, you have to get back into your imagination. You have to forgive yourself, and you have to imagine that knot and then undo that knot. These are very metaphysical rules that I'm talking about. These are the things that I talk about on my channel. So if you like what I'm talking about, you can sub. Once you undo those knots, because those knots are so deep rooted into your subconscious mind, okay, that a lot of us carry those knots throughout our lives, but we don't understand that those knots can be undone. Those knots can be undone if you can get into your imagination, okay? So undo the knots, forgive yourself, put some money in flow, and get into the state of flow and imagination, okay? These are the big ones that I'm getting. Now, I might make another video on what's happening with the new earth energies very, very soon, because this new earth potent energies, I predicted that in July, we're going to have a massive upgrade, and it happened on the 28th. It happened on the 28th, where the Schumann resonance, the Schumann frequency, white out, me and my people experienced some massive upgrades, some massive, massive upgrades in the end of July, okay? Now, I do predict that something big is about to happen in September. Something massive can take place in September. So I will keep you guys hopefully updated on that, okay? Have yourself a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are.